Hello, all of us. Welcome back to Shile. On today's episode, we have an Ibra Ssejjemba versus Jackson Asiku on a race to fight match. Microphone check. Live Facebook as well as Peter Chobe Live YouTube, where we're having one of the matches of the round in this, which is just about the 9th live stream of the day. It is pitting two of the finest players in terms of the level of talent in this country. 16-year-old Jackson Asiku is a boy on a mission, wants to write his name. He has a chance against one of the very best players that the country has ever produced. With the score now at 1 frame apiece, the two players are having, we are 100 away. Is that history? A few minutes. The picture that has Ibra having a test of a very talented kid. For me, common sense does tell me Ibra starts off as the favorite, but I won't even be surprised whatsoever if Asiku wins the match, because he is more than able to. In fact, what Asiku is trying to do is something he win this one. The two players will remain at pretty much equal footing because they will both be in the first live semi-finals coming next after this. That is the expectation. However, it is just me thinking out that it should not come if Ibra loses 100, as you have just heard. Hearing about Asiku named Tupac, taking one William Mirembe, the guy who in the host and organizer, player rank and on 2 lives is Habib, is Ibra Ssejjemba, is Caesar, and Fred Moise yellow and red and black to the same corner pocket. Here comes the shot. Just imperfect. Doing the official, normally that one when done by someone, it is to kind of cool the nerves, relax themselves. a little bit similar, for instance, to someone. He won twice against Kenyan players, Kevin Yegon and I think Patrick Mwangi. He lost twice against Ishmael Mtetwa and won once against the same player in big 6 money matches for $2,000 and $3,000 respectively. And in Kenya, he also played a match against Kelvin Fikoti that ended in a very big victory for Ibra. And since return to the country, he's most of the time been missing in action, but here he is showing the goodies to his fans that they may have missed during that time, as he puts black for what would be the second time in the match and regains the lead. Asiku Jackson won. It is 2 frames to 1 in a match that has got all the anticipation that I thought it will have anyway. One of Africa's wonder kids is on the verge of equalizing this time round in a flawless frame, in which he's finishing it all by Apple 4 frames played, Ibra 2 and Asiku 2 will be played on single or double life basis. Among the invitees, Asiku is, Ibra not so much. The 4-man competition cash prizes for the top 8 playing double life, just like the one that happened last weekend in the town that was Mitiano. And then the weekend, I think players from at least 10 African countries, many of them the best that Africa has gotten to offer, will be competing in the second edition of the Q Masters International Carnival, which shall be at Q Masters in Arusha. I can confirm there are participants this time round from Congo, South Sudan, Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, South Africa, Malawi, Eswatini, Zimbabwe, Zambia. I'm not yet sure of Rwanda. And by the time of this match, the 2 players in this match are showing interest in making it to Arusha. Ibra may realize from the background of the stream, watching this match very keenly, is a certain Mr. Sisa Chandika. Maybe watching neutrally, but I also know he likes Asiku. He always gives him encouraging words and words of motivation, and rates him quite highly. But it is Ibra who should be winning frame number 5. He will want to port yellow and black to corresponding center pockets right and left, and the rest is a formality. Ibra responds to Apple with retired players in the men's and ladies category locally. Some of them are playing to get a 2-frame lead for what will be the first time in the match. This one will be a more tricky frame, more tricky than any of the 3 that he has won prior. Most special because of the position of 2 reds almost touching each other at the left end of the table. He almost played the cue ball into them, puts the cue ball anyway. He's already in double figures of the number of tournaments he has won. Those that don't have X, he is at his age participating in the Chairman's Easter Cup in Kenya. Just 3 months ago, he reached the round of last 16. But in a very special way, he's the one that eliminated the then tournament favorites. He outclassed everybody that came his way, including the bulk of the best players that Kenya has gotten to offer. He's working on one leg. That is what I refer to having one life in the tournament and taking on one of 4 players with T. And that player is Ibra. Asiku misses. And there's another one whom I'm keeping a very keen eye on. He's not all that active, I can tell you. Alfred Ebong. Ibra, he may want to play combination shot, put red, play the cue ball into the yellow at the corner pocket at the top left. He comes shot. He almost scratched. Now streaming to more than 800 people combined from Facebook and YouTube as they watch Ibra just play the cue ball into the black area. It can go in. It's what he's trying to do. It's what he's playing. He just gets it slightly wrong. watching a game and looking at some guy who is not involved in the game. I'm kidding. Tapelo means prayer. Thank you for watching. Grasso and Simonazzi. Lazuko Scorpions, you call yourself watching from the Facebook stream. As Asiku guards the black ball. To combination shot, combine black into yellow, port them both. It's what he's doing, only narrowly misses. It is a foul. I like it that he has decided not to concede the frame. Most players will do so. It will be Asiku's frame to win or lose, because he will be winning. He will be equalizing for the third time in the match. He went 1 down, and then 2-1 down, and then 3-2. He equalizes for the third time. Softened in his own tournament, he's entirely out. Losing out in his... Why I consider these two players quite similar is that I see Asiku, I see Ibra in Asiku. At the age of Asiku, Ibra was the shining youngster of youngsters in Ugandan pool. Last year, Herbert was shining brightest. This year, Asiku is shining even brighter. With Ibra porting red, playing white round yellow. I think it lacked power. The keyboard lacked power. He needs a big recovery here. Put the red, which is near the yellow, on the right, into the corner pocket top right. Maybe use that yellow, which is near red, to stop the movement of the cue ball, and then play the other red into the corner pocket at the top left. It's what he does, but just not accurate enough. Sikon, the will be difficult of them all, is the one he's playing first, and he's spotting it. And Ibra knows that this young man has got more than what it takes to take this frame away, to lead for the first time in the match. Remember, he's fighting for his life, with his opponent Ibra having 2 lives, but Asiku on 1. It is strange for both of the players. Asiku will believe that he almost has the natural right to try and win this match because his opponent still has another chance, whether he wins or loses. But a screen goes to the umpire, whose face is clearly distinguishable, will be Ibra's opponent in the second life, and that is Caesar. Keyboard off 2 cushions. Just like that. He can put the last yellow to the corner matches in this tournament so far. There he is, playing stop effect on the keyboard. There is the cut between white and black and the center pocket right. But he has the calmness and the composure to slice it in and win the match, and lead for the first time. What a talent, what a youngster, what a kid, what a player Asiku is. It's one thing I normally say of him and Yahya and Herbert. These boys can't be this young and this good. But yes, they are. If you're watching and you're in your 20s and your 30s and your 40s and your 50s, what could you do equally good at the age of 16? Here comes Asiku, on the verge of now extending his lead, as he will be winning the 3rd frame in quick succession this time round by reverse dish. Asiku 5, Ibra 3, Kenneth Mogasha, same. Perhaps wondering why Caesar is drinking rock bomb. Why not? It is an energy drinking match. And boy, he would get it deserved victor. And not that Ibra is playing any bads, not whatsoever. Twice, Ibra has scratched out of the last 3 frames, and both of those times he's been punished. And he will be leaving just 3 guys to be left with 2 lives. And that is Habib, Caesar, and Fred Moise. And guys, you are watching the Stones Arena Double Life Tournament. A very, very entertaining tournament. It is and has been throughout yesterday up to now, and the entertainment is not even about to stop. The matches are becoming tighter. The consequence of winning or losing is becoming even more intense. There was the guy with, and most of the time it pays off. And when his partner is on, boy, he makes himself very unplayable. The pattern that has seen him win 2 international competitions and reach 1 final and about 3 more semi-finals. The pattern that is seeing him now play black, put it to the corner pocket at the top right, and come within 1 frame of his opponent, as he does. Ssejjemba to maintain 2 lives, most importantly, for the fact that the shot he tried to play was always going to be quite difficult. One near the corner pocket, top right. And problem ball, the arrow that is right in front of red at the top right corner of the table. Now he has a cut between white and the yellow close to the white. If he plays it by connection, he could play the cue ball off the top cushion into the red. That is close to the yellow. Maybe it's the shot he'll not want to play, at least for now. He just plays the cue ball in between those 2 perhaps yellow and pots. Yes, he makes the pots. There's the cue ball frozen against the right cushion. He still can get the business done. He still can put one of the yellows, especially the one that is close to the red, at the top left of the table. Then play the cue ball through the left cushion around another yellow. Just, I like it when this players match to inside. He'll put yellow, bounce the cue ball off the left cushion, move it close to the black. It is a pretty perfect pattern. This one, right from the word go from the break. He hasn't played a shot wrong whatsoever. Perfect pattern, perfect frame, perfect Ibra. It is 5-5. Here is the last break of the match. Asiku aiming for the second ball. The cue ball could go in. The cue ball remains on the table. No ball is spotted. The break is dry. And I'm suspicious those 2 management teams could face off in the next 3 weeks in a match if they both make it to. But realistically speaking, going for attack will be bizarre. He does play 2 pots. The shot just lacked a bit of energy. Asiku, he can play it now. He can play it later. I will be surprised if he plays sport. There was Asiku's for about 2 months, and here he is. He's with 2 lives, and he's just one of 4 players. And one of his can Ibra do. He wants to create an opening. It was actually impressive, him being able to play away his yellow only without disturbing his red only, sorry, without disturbing the yellows. He just left them piled up against each other. And the second will be freeing them a little. Yes, he does. Also guarding the black, as Ibra's only one and only dead red is now played in space. But he's choosing something else here. Alright. And watching this match, but is waiting for whichever is to come next. Most especially Ibra versus the pile up of 3 yellows and black. How good? Maybe it's not really what he intended, is a decider when everything in the match rests on just that one around the middle of the table, where exactly he needs it. On the verge of completing what would be a very wonderful pattern. Little power, much precision. It's what he does. And I believe it's maybe try and play combination, put both yellow and red, or else pass the black thing between the space, and he does. The cue ball remains on the bed of the table. It is the best way that the killer is killing Asiku. What a match, a piece of entertainment that is summed up by the